Hello dear friends, this is Grandma Jeannie. Welcome back to my workshop. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make one of these tiny little miniature tea cone houses. We'll let that dry a little bit and get the roof out. There's 3 pieces to the roof, and then as well as I put a little piece of that roof flashing in there. So let's take the bigger piece, we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to, there should be a little cut right here from here up to that little dotted line, and from here to that dotted line. I haven't done that yet, so let me put that little cut in there. That will allow us to mold this into the shape of the roof. Okay, then we're going to fold along this far edge all the way along, and you want a little bit of that solid red showing after those little yellow dots. You want just a little rim of that showing. Then fold that across there nice and straight. Now you can, sometimes I use like an old credit card or something to fold that over to help me get that fold nice and straight. Then we're also going to fold from this cut down to this point, and I like to fold it so that those little yellow polka dot lines don't show or barely show. And they're going to do all 4 of those as well as this side. On these little triangular pieces, the same thing. You're going to fold up this solid red part and just leave a little bit of that solid red part showing, and make a nice crease along there. Then we're going to come back and we're going to glue this flap down, and the same thing on this one. And then these long flaps on here we're going to glue, not these side ones, not these triangular ones, but these long ones we're going to glue. And when I glue that, I'm going to glue in there this piece of metal flashing to give it stability. I'm going to cut that off a little bit, and then I'm going to glue that in there into that edge also. And if you're using flashing like mine, be sure the white side is up against the white side so that that brown doesn't leak through. All right, now it's like this. I've got these side ones glued. Got my little bit of metal in there. These are folded but not glued. And these have been folded and glued. So now it's just a little bit, this is artistic. So you want a point here. So I have been cutting off some of this diagonal to make a point right here. You want a point. So I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. Now this corner is not bad, but I'll show you on one of the other corners. Be sure don't cut the point off, and don't cut off too much because you want something to glue to. But see this side, you can see that white is showing. So I'm going to start down here in the corner and then cut off probably at least most of that white. And all 4 corners I'm going to see how that overhangs when I fold it. We're going to cut that excess off. You don't want to cut too much because we're going to glue on here, but we don't want to have a lot of that extra showing. Okay, so again, this is just a little tricky, but it's not too bad. Ideally, you're going to take this triangle and make these flaps flat. I might put a little glue right up here at the very top so that this will be glued to this one. And then I'll glue down the sides, and then I'm going to put this triangle on there, but I'm going to try to position it so that this corner lines up with that corner and this one lines up with that corner while I'm holding my roof kind of together. So let's give it a try. It's not too hard, but it's just a little bit tricky. First, I'm going to put a little bit of glue up here on the top of that flap so that those will bond together. There we go. And then I'm going to run the glue down the flap. And I have done a dry fit on this, so I'm pretty confident this is going to work. Try a dry fit. You can always rebend this a little bit or rebend your roof a little bit and get that so that these corners line up. This corner lines up to that point, and this point lines up to that point. And if you have to, you can nip those points off just a little bit. You don't want to too much, but you can nip them off just a little bit with your scissors. And the other thing that you can do as it dries is reach inside and push these flaps flat against that triangle so that will adhere good. And you do that on both sides. And I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Again, this glue's nice that you can kind of adjust those and slide them around. If you end up with a little bit of white paper showing that you don't like, get your red marker out and just touch it to that little bit of white if it's something that bothers you. Okay, I think I'm good. Now this one's off a little bit, so I'll probably take my scissors and nip that point off. That's pretty good. I'm going to repeat it on the same thing over on this side. First, I'm going to try to dry fit and see if it looks like I'm going to be close to getting those corners to match. Yeah, I think I am. You can slide this triangle up a little bit if you need to. It doesn't have to come exactly all this far up here if it doesn't want to. So let me get some glue on there and put that in place also. I'm pretty happy with that. While it's drying, I'm going to go ahead and make the chimney, and then we'll glue the roof on and the chimney on. Now, when I do the chimney, it's got a little flap here that will help to glue it together to keep its little square shape. But I also like to line this with red paper. Now, early on, I tried just coloring the back of that with red marker, but it leaked through, and then it took away some of my detail on my bricks, so I did not like that. I like to fold this so there's just like maybe a 1/16 of an inch, along with this tab, a 1/16 of an inch of the brick part to give a little something else flat for that to hold onto when you glue it. Then we're going to fold it in half and in quarters. There are lines on there. You can kind of see where the original was. Remember, this is a picture of an original chimney, but I like to just make sure I'm doing it, you know, not based on where those lines are, but what makes a nice square chimney. So fold it in half, and now we're going to fold it up to the middle, so you've got actually folded in quarters. I like this to be lined, so when you look down in the chimney, it's not white, because when you look at the real house, it's not white on the inside. It's red or dark or black. I don't know what color, but it's not white. So, okay, I think I've got that to be a nice square. So I have got this red colored paper. I just colored it red with a marker, and you want to cut it a little bit shorter than a little bit shorter this way, and a little bit shorter that way too. The other thing is, because the inside of this tab will show inside the chimney, I'm going to color that red with my marker. And any place that I think that a little bit of that white paper might show, I will also color red. So first I'm going to start with that tab, and then I'm going to kind of come into that 1/16 of an inch. Right there. And also along the bottom. The bottom has got these little gray triangles. I do not cut those out. I leave that square across there, and I'll show you why in a minute. The top's got a little gray band. But along the bottom, I'm going to do a little bit of red. And I might do a little bit on this edge also. And then the red paper is going to cover the rest. So I cut my red paper a little shorter both ways, and now I'm going to make it flush to the top and glue it in there. If you had a marker that didn't bleed through, Sharpies bled through, and then these are alcohol markers. But if you had just like a one that's like a water type of marker, it might not bleed through. But you're just going to have to try it. I just know for me what I have, this is what I like to do to make it nice. You want to line that up at the top so that extra red doesn't show. Slide that red down. And you've got one more thing to do before you glue this into shape. First, we're going to put our folds back in it. Make sure our chimney is a nice square. I've already checked that it is, so it'll glue like that. So on the bottom, you do need to have some V's there because that roof is not flat. So you need to have a little V cut on each side. So to do that, I just cut up right there at the top of that V. There's a little prong there. Right about there, I cut up about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch or a little less. Not very far. Not a very big cut. It's nice if you have littler scissors. I've got kind of big scissors. And you got to do 2 of those because each side needs to be cut a little bit that way. And then you're going to fold that up to make a diagonal fold from the top of that cut down to the corner of that side of the chimney. And again, it's a good thing you might have an extra chimney in case you feel like something goes wrong, but you want a little V in there. And I kind of like having those extra little flaps of paper there because you're going to glue it, and that will help adhere that chimney to the roof. So this isn't going to be like rocket science. You're just going to make a V to make it sort of fit, and then we'll glue it on, and from the front it's going to look fine. And if the V is not the perfect size or shape, well, that's probably going to be okay. So now I've got my little V's, Now I'm going to glue my chimney together with that little 1/16 of an inch flap and then that extra little flap there. Make it a square. Here I'm using my toothpick and I'm poking it in there to get that flap down there nice and flat. And then my chimney is nice and square. I'll let it dry just a minute. Okay, I have dry fit my roof in place and I'm ready to glue up. You want a little bit of overhang on the back, not a lot. Look at your little bit of overhang. Come around to the side, make sure it's level, left to right. Come around to the other side, make sure it's level, left to right. This wall you'll be able to straighten up if you need to after you get the glue in there. So I think that's good. On the front, it lines up about, not this first little yellow dash, but there's 2 little yellow dashes. That's about where it lines up on the front on both sides. So here's where you put your glue, all the way across this back. I would put, usually I say it just takes a little glue. On this, I'd be a little generous. Right there at the fold as well as up higher. This up here around the curve. This will be more toward the top of the curve because that roof stands up quite a little ways. This one, again, the top of the curve. And the side flap right along the wall as well as up higher. Now position it on there and you'll be glad you have this glue that allows you to shift that around. That support, I forgot to tell you, I put that in the front. That where we have that little bit of metal hidden up in there, I put that at the front of the house. So now I'm putting it back on just like I dry fit, a little overhang in the back. Make sure that your side is straight. If not, you might need to shift that wall back or that roof back a little bit to make that straight. Don't worry about this wall yet. We'll do it last. Come around to this side. Make sure it's pretty straight as you can kind of make it. Does the back look pretty straight? It does. Make sure it's centered by using those 2 dots that I told you. So this one wants to shift a little to the left. Now, when you're good with that, you can straighten this wall. Make sure it's straight up and down. You can make sure your bathroom walls are straight because these will adhere to the roof. So if your bathroom's not right, you can kind of move it over and then have those adhere to the roof. Now you can use your, I lost my kebab stick, here it is, to poke those up there into the top of the roof so that glue will adhere when you think you've got things where you want it. See, this one wasn't even touching, but now it is. And then over here, nice and flat against the roof. Look at it again because you do have time to adjust if you want to. This wall is crookedy, a little bit crooked. Just straighten them out, put them where you want them. If you need to put a little more glue up there, you could put a little glue right here at the top of that roof if you need to, right in there, right where that roof meets that wall. But I think mine's going to be fine. Like I said, keep those little tabs. Put your finger in there if you need to and push those tabs up against the roof so you get good adherence. So your roof won't, go flying off unexpectedly. I'm liking it pretty well. Now your chimney, I like to put that little seam toward the back, and you'll see how your little diamond cuts, triangle cuts, kind of fit up against that roof. If they're not exact, that's okay. The only way I can tell you to glue this is to find that darker spot there in the middle of the roof. It's a little bit darker. Put a nice blob of glue all around that little dark square and set your chimney up there. And then you have, 20 seconds or so to kind of adjust them a little left, a little to the right, make them a little straighter, whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. From the front, it's going to look good because the front of that chimney is straight. So the sides, there might be a little tiny gap in those triangles, might or might not be, but you want it kind of straight from the top when you're looking from the front and kind of in the middle. So slide them around. Hold them about 10 seconds where you want him and let him dry. If you have hung with me during this whole little demonstration, friends, congratulations. I appreciate it. If you want to give this a try yourself, let me know and I'll tell you how you can get one of these printouts. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And if you would like to purchase one of these houses already finished, that's fine. Let me know. I have a couple of these made up. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, Grandma Jeannie loves you.